So I wanted to take a moment to show you the REPL um, hosted compiler, and basically what it allows you to do is kind of type your code right into the browser and compile it on the fly. So I'm going to kind of go back a little bit to give a little bit of context into what this is all about. Um, if you look under our module 9 on here, you'll see these C++ videos. And they're short videos, but in one of these, this first sequence, it kind of goes through some of the stuff you would do to sequentially code C++. And so when you get into the code and you pretty much have it in its final form, we can get to where she outputs it. Right here, it has a closing brace and everything else. This code doesn't work, and actually this video is quite outdated for the more current versions of C++, at least for this REPL I use. To get to this, you basically would go to Repl.it. It's REPL.it. Right now I'm logged in, so let me go ahead and log out and go back to the home page. And what lovely thing about this is that there's like a ton of languages, all types of stuff in here that you can compile on the fly right through the web. No need to download or install any particular thing. Now, I'm not exactly sure this will work well for our assignment, but it looks like I will be able to get a screenshot of the code and also a screenshot of what's being output in the console there. So you can search for any language in here, or just click it if you find the language, and it'll pull up a REPL for it. A REPL, in essence, is an acronym for something that I don't remember. But basically the read, eval, print, loop cycle that allows computers to process code. So, but we're not going to go into that right now. The main thing is that the website's called REPL. And so you can type in C++ here, and you'll see it already. I'm picking this version of C++. And when you click it, you'll see this little screen pop up, and you can go ahead and type your code on this side and run it. You can also save it if you have an account. There's no changes here. Let me put a new line there and see what happens. Right here, this mode will pop up and allow you to select an account to sign up with, or you can type in the boxes. So if you have a Google account or Facebook account and all, you can use that to sign up for it, and that way you can save the stuff you put in here as well. But one thing I did notice, and let me go back and just kind of log into my account. I'm going to leave that. Just log me right in because I'm already logged into Google. I called it sequential flow of control because the video for the class had, that's what she said in the beginning, basically sequential flow of control for a C++ program. Only thing is, because this is outdated code, if I use the iostream.h syntax in here, it will bomb out on me. Now, I'm not sure if the compiler in that jar that our professor sent is a little bit more up to date, or it can handle this older code. But I'm going to take this out. I'm going to go and take this using namespace standard out as well, so you can see what happens. So if I tried to type the code, and she also had void here, and she didn't have this return here either. Get rid of this. I try to run this code, I get these errors. First, it tells me iostream.h, no such file. And so I'll check off the .h and see what else happens. So let's go ahead and we can clear that out and run the program again. It compiles it on the fly, and now I have a whole bunch of other errors. It says Main must return an int, void main, and that's, I guess, for this version of C++. And since I don't know the exact word for this, but since I said my function here, or my method, is going to be void, meaning that it's not going to get anything back, it doesn't work like that. So basically I change this to int, and I'm going to also do a return 0 here. And like I said, I don't know, this is just me following along with the video so I can get a taste for coding some C++. I do code other languages, so I am kind of familiar with this stuff a little bit more than the average person. But if I click run here, I'm still getting some errors. And it's telling me cout was not declared in the scope. So I'm like, cout was not declared in the scope, and I couldn't figure out what that was. So I went ahead and Googled the error in here. I think this is where I did it. So yeah, I just copied that line and Googled it. And I came up with this solution. It looks like we need to use a particular namespace, which you may learn about later. I'm not sure if in this class or not that is explained. But that namespace, and I haven't read the chapter yet either, but that namespace is standard. So it'll actually look for all those different built-in words for the language that it needs to use. So that is where I took that one out using namespace standard. And now let's try to run it. And now you see it does take in the input that it's asking for on line 10. And so say the radius is 45. It's going to give me my circumference in my area. And I haven't validated this, these results, but that's what we're getting. So that's just me following along with this first video out of the 3 in this module, and finding an online compiler to kind of work with it. If you want to add a new file, and typically you'll do that when you're doing the web page or something like that, you could use this to build a web page for the other assignment that's going to be due. And then also you can change the theme on here. I typically do like to code with the dark theme or the stack thing, and you can't always drag this bar, so that might even help with us doing the screenshot. Just dragging that and just, okay, now it's an all code screenshot, and here's like an old console screenshot or something. I don't know, but I might try to do that for my submission of the assignment. And that's pretty much it. Hope that helps. Talk to you later. Bye.